Okay, so step 10, the student IDs are those of those who are going on the road as part of the competition have been filled in. Now we need to do VLOOKUPs to get their name and if they have a permission slip and information to come across here. Okay, so we're going to go in here and VLOOKUP and look up this. And if you remember, student name was actually in column 2. So I'm going to go to student data, comma 2, and we want an exact match. And if we wanted to go back and double check, Zia White is 1, and 18 is Keenan. Yep. Okay, so our lookup should be valid. Okay, so then now we need to do permission slip. So let's go look where that one is. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we want to look at column 7. Look up. Again, looking up their student ID in the student data. And column 7. Exact match. Okay, and then I always go back and just double check that my formulas are right. So Zia does not have a permission slip. Okay, and then now we're going to grab her uniform size. So that is in 6. So VLOOKUP ID student data 6 false and close. And then we'll copy that one down and let's just go double check that. Yep, extra large. Alright, and notice these numbers were changing as we filled in some stuff. But also notice that the uniform size, we have some that don't have any. So we want to get rid of these. This is kind of ugly, okay? So again, I'm going to put a, let's see, what does it say? An if function. So again, copy this, not the equal sign, just the formula. Control C or Command C. If this is not blank, then do it again. Okay, that'd be Control V or Command V. And then if it's false, we are going to put in double blanks, or a blank, double quotes. Okay. Now if you copy that down, my blanks are blanks instead of zeros. Just makes it look cleaner, right? Alright, and then in E12, we have to do an if function to determine if they have a uniform size and the permission slip, then they get to go, or they're ready to go. If there's not a permission slip or no uniform size, then they don't get to go. Alright, so we're going to do an if and. Okay, so on this, both logic tests have to be true before the true happens. Alright, so I'm going to look at this is not equal to blank, right? And then this is equal to yes. Close that. So that's my logic test. I'm going to see, is this blank? If this is not blank and this is yes, then the student gets to go. Otherwise, so the false side is they're not ready to go. Okay, so if this is not blank and this is yes, then they get to go. If either one of these are false, then it goes to false. Okay. And then this is just a counter that's already there. Okay, so now we're going to determine which students are going on the trip. You need help to calculate how much each of them must pay for their uniforms. Okay, so again, here it's all based on the quantity in this table, right? So if I have 15 extra smalls, it's $40. If I have 14 extra smalls, it's $42. Okay, so if I have 30 extra larges, then it'd be $41.11. If I have 22, it's $41.95. Okay, so what we're going to do is figure out how many are there and then how many of what size to get the quantity. And I hope I remember this or I'll look kind of funny, right? Alright, I-11. We're going to do an index. And we're going to look at uniform fees. Okay. And then we're going to match on G11 in, okay, so I have to jump over here. I'm going to match this and be sure to absolute value that, comma, and we want to say if it's less than. Okay, so if it's less than 15, you're going to grab here. I'm pretty sure. We'll find out here in a second. Alright, and then we're going to do the same thing on our match across the top. So we need to know, let's see, what, GH11, and we're going to look at this row and absolute value that, but this time we actually want an exact match, right? We know our sizes. Okay, and then end the index, and I get nothing. Oh, because there's nothing there. Let's copy that down. Oops. Why? Okay, I had my letters backwards. So this one is actually H. The first one is H11, so I'm looking at the quantity. Okay, so if I go over here, my quantity is my rows. Right, so this is my row. If I look at it, so the index, this is my row. Right, so that's the quantity. And then this is my column, which is the size. Okay. So it's H11, and then this, and then G11, and the headings going across. Alright, now if I copy that down. So if I go look at large, only have 3. So if I come over here, large and 3 is 45.17. Okay, if I had 15, it'd be 43.53. So let me just show you that. So if I type in 15 right here, it changes to 43.53. Okay, so it looks like that formula is working. All right, step 15. in E5, okay, we're going to look up the uniform size from the student report. Let's see. Oh, for this. So this is calculating for just this person, but registration fees and transportation fees, we'll have some other lookups. But uniform size we need to grab for this student. Okay, so it's going to be a VLOOKUP because the uniform size is in the student data. Oh, actually, we're going to just pull it from down here. Okay, so we're going to, the lookup value is actually their student ID. And we're going to look up their uniform size right here, A12 through, A12 through E36. Okay. And then where's their uniform size? So that's the table. It's column 1, 2, 3, 4. And I want an exact match, right? I don't want your size, and you probably don't want my size. So, all right. And then if we go look, 18, Keenan is a double XL. And then now we're going to retrieve the, oh, we got to put an if error on here, sorry. So we're going to come back up here, put in an if error. So if anything goes wrong here, we're going to drop in blanks. So double quote, double quote. All right. And we could test that by putting in 22 right here, and I should have a blank, not an NA. Okay. So if error VLOOKUP. All right, now in E6, we're going to do another lookup to retrieve the uniform price based on this range of data. All right. So their pricing is based on the quantity. Right, so is like we might have some price changes if we get these 3 people uniform size done. Okay, but the fee for this particular person is based on this size and this quantity. Right, so now we're going to do let's see, E6, another VLOOKUP. Again, the value for this is actually going to be the uniform size, because that's the left-hand column of this table. Okay, and then we're just going to grab that as the table array. And then what column is my price in? 1, 2, 3. And again, I want an exact match. And so the price is that. So if I change this to, let's change it to L. It should change to 45.17. Okay, oops, undo. Okay, then our registration fee, we're gonna have to go look that up here. So this is called a horizontal lookup. Most of ours have been vertical, right? Tables are in order. So this is horizontal. We're gonna use this information to grab this. All right, so here we're gonna do an H lookup. The lookup value is the type, no, the registration type. The table is called entry fees, right? And how many rows were in that table? There's only 2, right? So we have 1 going over, so I want 2 to come back. And again, I want an exact match. Okay, so if we go look at our data table, the regular fee is $500. Okay, if I change this to early bird, then that would change as well. Okay, so now on the transportation fees, we have to actually do a index and match again, because it's based on how many people are going and what type of transportation they're taking. Okay, so we are going to do an index. And the array is called trans fees. Okay, and the row that I'm going to look up is the quantity of people going, right? So we're going to grab down here, we're going to match on the quantity of students right here. Okay, in the lookup array, which is here. So we're going to figure out how far down the row we need to go. All right, and then we want basically if it's, I think this one's a greater than. I think we'll find out here in a second. All right, and then our column is the type, right? So my travel type, oops, I got a match on that, sorry. Match on E4. How are they going? All right, and then we're going to come back over here again and look that up. So basically we'll figure out how far down to go and how far across, and it'll pull the amount. And then this one, we actually want an exact match. And close the index. And I missed something. Let's see, that one. That one. Oh, this is supposed to be a comma. There we go. All right, so if we go look at, I'll pull that up and let you look at it. So if we go look up bus and 16 people, right? Let's see if I have the numbers right. So if it's between 10 and 20 by bus, should be $82. So once we hit 11, it bumps up to here. Okay, once we hit 10, it's here, and 0 to 9 is this, 10 to 19 is this, 20 to 29 is this. Is that right? 82. What if we did that? Nope. Okay. It's 16. Well, I'll just find out here in a second. All right, so we're going to sum this up. And we're going to sum up the total costs. So just this section. And that's what the student is going to owe. All right. So I'm going to save that. Go over here. May have been not logged in too long, or no activity for too long. A lot of times that happens and it gives you a funky error, so you're going to get to see that potentially. Okay, submit for grading. Oh, cool. All right, let's go look what I got. I think I need to go in as student. We'll find out here in a second. Assignment. To me, this is just the easiest way to get to my grades. You can go into grades if you want. And then that's the prepare case. So this was Wednesdays. Submitted late. View submissions. Wow, 78. All right. Well, good learning lesson for you guys. Okay, so in my lessons data, G3, it should have this in there. So I'll go pull it up again. Open. And lessons data. In G3, if error, lesson pricing, match F3, A5 to A8, 0, match. Oh, huh. Alright, that's dumb. Lesson data, E3. And then copy that one down. That gets all of those. And then the next one. Okay. So then on the report here, instead of this, we're just going to say true. Okay. So save. Oh my gosh. Alright. Nothing wrong with my formula, it's just the way that they wrote it was different than the way I wrote it. They said greater than a space, and they want it backwards. But notice they're only checking. So my formula is in E12 all the way down to E22, or 36 actually. Okay, but they're only checking this one. Now, just to make it right, I'm going to change it all the way. So this is C12 is equal to yes, and then D22 is greater than a blank. Okay, and then the next one, E8 was not set to, oh, I took out the spreadsheet names, that's why. Alright, E8, where are we? Okay, so then over here, it's going to say report, exclamation point. I usually take those out, and then just because you jump back and forth, it keeps track of the spreadsheet you're on. Okay. So that's done. And says my sum is wrong. Let's go back to this formula. E8 should be 120. So if I look at E8, my formula, my function is correct. Right, A15 minus 1, A11, A11 to B11, or A11. Okay. Interesting. Match E4, data tables A11 through E11. Okay. But it should be 120. There we go. Okay, I had A12 here instead of A11. So make sure it's A11 to A15, which is exactly what it tells us here. Okay. You could actually just copy this and drop it in your cell if you wanted to. Alright. I think I got all the errors. So close this. And since I'm still here, I can actually come in and open again. Upload again. Submit for grading. And check my, oops, submitted the wrong one. No, I didn't. Yeah, I did. Alright. Now look at the submissions again. Alright, I'm leaving it at that. But anyway, now you can see I still didn't like my formula. Alright, well, anyway, you can fix it if you want, or not. So that's the end of chapter 5. So that was steps 10 through 19.